Want to break that habit? Find a replacement and grab it. I'm Christine Saxon, Executive Leadership Coach, out here in the beautiful, beautiful waters around Madeira Park on the Sunshine Coast in BC. I had a really deep dive call with a client, one of my coaching clients last week, where we talked about their stuckness, their way their brain is hooked, and the way these mindsets are getting in their way. And really, uncovered an opportunity to help them name what is the stuck part, what is the limiting belief, what is the background app or the mindset that's getting in the way. So we did that work for them, and they were able to name maybe 5 or 6. No, let me think. No, they had over a dozen. And I said, try coming up with a list of 5 or 6 that are the main energy drainers. Find the root cause, rank order them. That's part of your homework. And they said, okay, I'm going to do that, but I think I know what it is. And they named it. We went, okay, right? That brought more clarity. And they said, this is great. Uncovering these things is important. What do I do about it? Well, let's keep going. So I talked to them about what I call rituals and replacements. When we have a habit, when we have a default mode, when we have a background app playing and it becomes our truth. It becomes our guiding fear or trepidation or excuse or justification or pain that holds us back from moving forward. The simple act of naming it helps, noticing it helps, right? My 3-step process around self-work is notice it, name it, navigate it. A lot of the work that's out there I've found, and some of the work I used to do, was I would notice it and name it and then go there. Okay, how do I navigate it? Just like they said yesterday on our call, how do I navigate this? So we talked about a process that I developed called rituals and replacements. Rituals and replacements comes from this idea that our brain will, brush your teeth, it becomes a ritual. You don't even necessarily think about it anymore. You get a groove, right? Neuroscience talks about this. These grooves that we have that simplify some basic behaviors, some things we just need to repeat. Stereotypes come from this. Our brain trying to keep us safe goes, aha, that person has red hair, they're wearing blue jeans, and talking in a loud voice. Whatever from your past makes you go danger, avoid this person. And it was probably one time that someone at a hockey game bumped you. Like, who knows what it is, but our brain automates this stuff. They become rituals. They just become these repeated habits or rituals. Snacking on food, picking up your cell phone, scrolling. All these things, our addictive brain goes, oh, aha, we'll keep doing this, and we'll give you the dopamine hit and the pull, making you think you want to do this more. Want to change that ritual? So my client that I'm talking about said, yeah, this isn't serving me anymore. So what I talked to them about is holding that in your non-dominant hand. So he went, okay, this is what it is. It's this thing that's getting in it's this way of thinking that's getting in my way. Now with your dominant hand, what's a natural replacement? What could you replace that with? So we talked about this, and I won't share their example, I'll share mine. I used to interrupt people. And it came from, for me, a good place. I wanted to be engaged with them. I wanted to say, oh yeah, me too. Oh, I've done that. Oh, I've experienced that. And I noticed, right? Notice it, name it, navigate it. I noticed that people would talk like this over top of me. And you might have heard me share this story before. Or they would go, go ahead. So I definitely noticed that I was interrupting and it was problematic. So I noticed it and I named it. What I named it is, I thought you were a good listener. Right? I named it negative things. You're supposed to be so good at communication. Look, you keep interrupting. Oh, there you go again, interrupter. And I had these negative thoughts about it because I didn't have the 3rd step, navigate it. So I went, okay, I tried this. I read lots of books on habit changes and neuroscience. I went, okay, I think there's something here. So in my dominant hand, my right hand, I needed to hold its simple replacement to shift from this ritual of interrupting to this new ritual of what? It needed to be as simple so my brain could hang on to it. And I called it listening intently. So for several months, I used the process that I use, the daily process, to reinforce it every morning. And there's more to it than this, but getting up going, hello brain, today I'm going to replace interrupting with listening intently. And I'd hold that in my hand. Then at the end of the day, I would check in. And it worked. Maybe a year or so, no, less than a year. It was probably like 8 or 9 months later, doing some core values work, I realized, oh my gosh, it's actually a triangle between the mindset or behavior that's not serving you, the one you replace it with, and then think of an anchor at the bottom, and it's a core value. So my core value that created interrupting was caring. I interrupted because I cared. It didn't have a caring impact on people. It was annoying. It was bothersome. It made them feel like I didn't care. My replacement, fortunately, listening intently, came from caring, but I didn't do that intentionally. Now I've integrated that into this. So think of a mindset, think of a behavior that gets in your way that you know is there. It could be picking up your phone so much, right? A behavior. If you pick up your phone so much because you like interesting things, right? And it's like, ooh, there's interesting things on there. So it's like, I'm picking up my phone. I'm picking up my phone. I'm picking up my phone. You notice it, you name it. You might be naming it, darn, I might have internet addiction, you know? You could simply now go to find the replacement, like I did, from interrupting to listening intently. I'm going to encourage you first to look down and go, what's the core value? So if the core value is intelligence, right? You like interesting things, so intelligence. Or the core value is belonging, and you want to know what's going on so that you can belong. Like, you never know what it is till you dig down. Figure out that core value that makes you go to your phone, and then find your replacement. If it's belonging, for example, or wanting to be in the know and be intelligent and be informed, maybe set a twice a week date with yourself where you look through the news, where you look through whatever places it is that you keep getting drawn into. It may be that you keep getting drawn into social media because of the need to be seen, because of the importance of belonging. Replace picking up your phone every time you feel that, oh no, this is an impulse, this isn't a time to pick up my phone, what am I doing? Pick up your phone actually and call someone. Have a conversation. Make a date to go on a walk. Find a replacement to the ritual that's not serving you and ground it in a core value. Practice it daily. Have some rewards for yourself to reinforce it, and eventually the reward will become the new habit. You'll start going out and seeing people again. You'll start deeply reading maybe some journals you used to read rather than scrolling the news, for example. You'll start listening intently, if my interrupting one resonated, and you'll find that the caring comes more naturally, and that you get the feedback from people that they can tell you listened well because what they had to say was important. Happy paddling.